should come from this side.
So very warm welcome to her case. Radhika Kripa Mataji ki. So since last week and also during this week or yesterday, Mataji has been really enlightening. So very warm welcome to her grace Radhika Kripa Mataji ki. So since last week, as we all know, and also this week, yesterday, Mataji has been very, very enlightening one and all with her amazing purity. That's the main thing. Purity is the force. Mataji is disciple of His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and when I visited the main base of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj is the ISKCON Delhi temple, which is also called the Glory of India. And there, as you step out, actually, when you take the darshan of Shri Radha Partha Sati, Shri Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, and also gone Nitai, and now they have got Lord Narasimhadev as well. So when you take the darshan and you come out of the main temple hall, this is written Srila Prabhupada's main quote: purity is the force. So that is the main thing. The purity is the main force, and Mataji is great emblem of that. And because of that, Mataji is helping one and all, including all of us here, to reach towards more and more closer to Lord Shri Krishna as per the desire of all the Vaishnavacharyas and as per the desire of Srila Prabhupada. So there again, we are very fortunate, Mataji. Kindly coming, gracing us here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hari Om. There was a bee here. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapat Kamlam Shri Gurana Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sakritam Sahagan Ragnatvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Shri Vishakha Nitumascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpataru Vaksha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all for today's session. I'm going to read from Bhagavad Gita, a shloka from the 11th chapter. Krishna talks about in Bhagavad Gita about two kinds of people. One is Gurmukh, those who look towards the Guru and do all their activities, all their karmas. They wait for the instructions, they take the instructions, they submit to the Guru, and then they are very submissive. So here we are talking about the spiritual life. And the material and spiritual is connected. It's not that they are not connected. You may we make the mistake of keeping the material one side and the spiritual one side. This cannot happen. Both of them are hand in hand together. So the way your spiritual life is will decide your material life. And the way your material life is will decide your spiritual life. Your spiritual growth depends upon you yourself. And if you are too involved in the material world, spiritual world is very difficult to attain. So Krishna talks about this, that how a mental speculator is. Mental speculator is manmukh. How a manmukh jeev is, who works according to his own mind, who is very materialistic. Because materialistic men, you will say, oh, materialistic men are very intelligent. Scientists are materialistic men, they are very intelligent. Mathematicians are intelligent. PhD, those who have done, they are very intelligent. So all are very intelligent. How can you say they work with their minds? So they work with their minds according to going towards Krishna consciousness. Towards actually attaining God is not their goal. Their goal is more, they have more obsession in the material things. They are more obsessed to the material world. They want to enjoy the material world more. They keep the God as a duty, just to perform a duty for Him. So here Krishna tells how a mental speculator cannot reach Him, and how a Gurmukh, who is actually submissive to the Guru, who takes the instructions, how he submits to the Guru and then he actually attains the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is also perfect in his material world as well. It's not that he will lose everything. He is just a gainer, all the time a gainer. So we go here where Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 11th chapter, 55th verse, actually, he talks about that how a person surrenders to him. So he says, I'll just read the shloka first. Mat karma krin mat parmo mat bhakta sangvarjita nirvairai sarve bhuteshu yasamamiti pandava. So he says, my dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. So who is free from mental speculation. So he says, who is free from doubt, who is free from mental speculation means you are always speculating. You are always speculating the activities of the devotees. You are speculating on Krishna's even existence. So here he clearly says, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, who will attain me? Who is engaged in the pure devotional service, who is always surrendered to the bhakti. Devotional service means serving Krishna with love. So manmukh, it's very difficult for a manmukh to attain Krishna. In the Gurbani, in the Granth Sahib, it's written there clearly, it says, those who are manmukh naam na chetya bin nave dukh roe. So those who are manmukh, those are mental speculators, they cannot chant the holy name. They cannot chant the pure holy name. They cannot attain Krishna. Because what happens is, bin nave dukh hoye. So bin nave, without the holy name, there is going to be distress only. That's what Krishna tells here in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So those who are not surrendered to me, they will always suffer in this world. Because this world is a suffering in itself. Nobody can escape the suffering of this world. Birth, death, old age, disease. These are the four sufferings every living entity will go through. We have taken birth. You just ask your mother how much pain she went through when she was giving birth. You also know it. When you deliver your children, you know it. How much pain you have to undergo while delivering a child. It says it's mother's rebirth. She goes through the pain when she delivers. It's like the science says, it's nearly tens or 20s of the bones when they get fractured, that pain the mother suffers. And birth is it says, it's a difficult process, a very difficult process. The child for 9 months, he is in the mother's womb and he's suffering. We may believe it or not. The Srimad Bhagavatam, written 5,000 years back, narrates how the child is conceived in mother's womb. Science has actually proved it now, just recently, like 60 years back or 70 years back, when the X-rays came, when the ultrasounds came, and then it was crystal clear how the child is placed in mother's womb. But Srimad Bhagavatam writes it 5,000 years back. That how the child is conceived, how he is placed in mother's womb, and how he suffers there. He prays to the Supreme Lord that please take me out from this place. It's like hell here. He's placed in the womb, though he is protected there with an air bag, but then there is a water bag there. He's protected with that water bag, but still he's suffering there. He's crammed up there. His hands are clasped together. He's hung upside down. And he's praying to the Lord that please take me out and I'll be your devotee. That's what Bhagavatam says. That's what the Granth Sahib, the scripture, the sacred scripture of the Sikhs, it says there. Garab mein haath dekar rakhya. So in the Garab, only the Supreme Lord actually protects. That's why the child is very protected there. He prays to the Lord that please give me your bhakti. I had forgotten you. That is why I'm suffering in this material world. I'm going back into the material world. Please give me your bhakti now. I don't want to be here. But the Maya catches him as the child is born. As the child is born, he has relatives, he has all the preparations being done for him here. Everything has been done here for him, to welcome him. So that is where the child, maybe somebody can catch this moth. So the child is always, he's praying. But as he comes out, he forgets. He gets bewildered. And he is well taken care of. And he forgets all the pain, all the suffering. So the birth is a problem, birth is a suffering. Death, everybody knows is a suffering. Nobody wants to experience death, but it will come on its own. It's inevitable. You cannot avoid it. It will be at our doorstep any day, any moment. It can come. It doesn't need any invitation. You cannot stop it at the doors. It will barge in. Any second it can come. It can come right now. It can come in few years, few moments, few hours. Nobody knows it. But it will come. It's inevitable. So the death will come. Nobody wants death. And death is painful. We have seen our near and dear ones going away. And that's why we are scared of this mystery. So nobody wants it, but it will come. So no, it's a suffering in itself. Disease is a suffering, everybody knows it. Even an unborn child in the mother's womb can catch a disease. So you never know when the disease would come to you. So the disease is a suffering, and so is the old age. So old age is a suffering in itself. It is actually the old age brings along with it the disease. It brings lots of problems along with it. So nobody wants old age even. We may color our hair, we may go to the doctors for all the beautician process, all the beauty process. You may get everything done. The plastic surgeries, the Botox, everything will fail. You cannot hide your old age. It will come. Physically, we may be able to hide it. But inside, we are aging. The body, the muscles they are degenerating. We are losing it. So one day we have to die. So the preparation is there. Krishna says, that's the notice I give you. Somebody says, he doesn't give us a notice before we die. He gives the notice. The old age is a notice that comes to our door. So we have to be, Krishna says, this is a shashvatam. This world is a shashvatam. It is impure. It is temporary. It will end any moment. It can slip, your life can slip away. Kamala dalajala jeevana talamal. So it is there, bhajo. What do you sing? Sing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Because this life may go away any second. So Krishna says, so be prepared for it. Just don't be a mental speculator. Listen to it, accept it. This will happen. And along with these 4 things, there are another 3 things that are going to happen, he says. Nobody can escape that even. That is Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik. He says Adi Devik, the nature is going to give you the suffering. Tsunami, it happened. Nobody could stop it. Everybody knew the storm is coming, but nobody could stop it. Earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, droughts, they will come. The nature is going to give it to you. This suffering will come. Nobody can actually escape that even. So Adi Bhautik, other jivas, other living entities are going to give you suffering. A small mosquito gives you a suffering. It's dengue, there is chikungunya, there is malaria, and recently we had the COVID, the coronavirus. It took away millions of lives. Nobody could protect us, nobody could save us. Only Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe Krishna, Mare ke. So those who had to go, they went away. Those who were protected, Krishna did not want them to come as yet, they are still here. So that all depends on Krishna. And about Adi, he says Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik. Adhyatmik is your mind. Your mind gives you suffering. You'll say how the mind can give us suffering. So mind gives us suffering. All that comes up in our mind. We have anger, we have lust, we have greed. We have all these that are the demonic qualities. They are well in our heart, embedded in our mind. Why we are not happy? Because we have these demonic qualities inside us. That's why they don't let us be happy. Unless they are wiped out, then only we can be happy. Because they are covering the super soul in our hearts. Krishna says, Sarvasya cham hidi sanvishto mata smriti jnanam apunam cha. I am in your heart. In every jiva's heart, I am there. I am there. I am a witness. I am witnessing everything what is happening in their hearts. Who are they? What are they doing? I know it all. Because I am residing in them. I am there with them. But then, they don't know me. Why? Because there is a covering of all these demonic qualities in them. I am well underneath that covering. They cannot realize me. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Chaito Darpanam Marjanam. Cleanse your hearts. The cleaning process has to go. So even a dog, when it sits, you see, he actually wipes the place with his tail. He just wiggles his tail, he throws away the dust there and he sits. So how can you expect Krishna to reveal to you when you have so much of dirt in you? He's there, but he cannot be seen by us. He cannot be felt by us. We cannot feel him. Why? Because we have got a lot of lust, anger, greed in us. We have enviousness in us. We have false pride in us. So many things, unlimited avgunas, unlimited such demonic qualities are there in our heart. So how can we get rid of them? The only process is to chant the glories of the holy name, to chant the holy name. So here Krishna clearly says that, my dear Arjuna, who is engaged in my pure devotional service. So this is pure devotional service when we chant the holy name, when we surrender to him. Like earlier I said, nobody can escape death. So there's a beautiful story when there's a small bird, a very small cute bird. She's gone to meet Garuda. So she is there with Garuda and Yamaraj appears there. And Yamaraj is going to meet Krishna. He's going inside the palace to meet Krishna. And he looks towards Garuda and he sees this small cute bird there. And he gives a very staring look at that bird. And that bird gets frightened to see the eyes of Yamaraj. Everybody gets frightened by Yamaraj. So when Yamaraj, just looking at her, gazing at her, he enters the palace to meet Vishnu, Krishna. And here the bird tells Garuda, I didn't like the look of Yamaraj. So please take me away somewhere, hide me somewhere. I don't want to see him when he comes out. The Garuda says, don't worry. I can hide you miles and miles away, And he just picks her up. She sits on his back and he flies away miles and miles away and leaves her in a cave. And he comes back. In the meantime, Yamaraj comes out and he says, where's that bird? She was there with you. Where is she now? He says, you won't find her. I've hidden her miles and miles away. He said, oh, thank you. I was wondering how would she reach there because her her death is waiting for her there. And she was consumed by a snake there in the cave. She had to die there. So Yamra said, I was wondering how she would reach. She's such a tiny thing. How will she go miles away? She will fly there. But thank you, you did the job. So this is what it is. Mare Krishna, so nobody should fear the death. Mare Krishna, bas, we have to worry how would we die? Because Krishna tells the process of death here. How one should die. How one's death is going to be glorious. If he's chanting the holy name, Krishna says, throughout his life. So at the last breath, I will actually shower my mercy upon him, that he would chant my name and come back to me. Then the Yamadutas will not come, Yamaraj will not come, Vishnu Dutas will come. So this human life, do not waste it as a lower species. Like a bird is a lower species. So the Yamadutas had to come, because she will gradually, when the liberation is there, when you get out of the cycle of birth and death, then the Vishnu Dutas will come. So don't live a life like the lower species. So if you live a life like this bird or cats and dogs and animals, then what happens? The Yamadutas will come. Then the Yamaraj will actually he has the plans where you will die, how you will die, and what will happen. He knows it all. So one should be very careful when one lives in this world. Everybody says, oh, we will take care when we get old, Then we will start chanting. Why do we want to chant now? We'll chant when we are old. Because that is when we have no other work to do, then we will do this work. But this work has to be done primarily. It should begin at the age of 5 or 7, we should start it. And it should go till the last breath of our life. Material things will keep on happening. They will be there because you have to survive the world. So just don't look for the comforts of life. Come out of the comfort zone. Don't just go for the luxuries of life. Just don't go for the comforts of life. Just come out of that situation and remember Krishna always. Just add Krishna to your life. You don't have to leave anything. You don't have to leave your jobs. You don't have to leave your business. You don't have to leave your families. You don't have to leave your children. Nothing has to be actually subtracted. Only add Krishna to your life. That's all. So when we add Krishna to our lives, Krishna blesses us with pure devotional service. We just have to chant. Just chanting. It just takes 16 rounds of chanting. It just takes 2 hours a day. We have got 24 hours in a day. If out of these 24 hours, can't we give 2 hours to Krishna? 2 hours to the Supreme Personality who has given us all. Everything He has given us. He's given us the sun. He's given us all. These are what? These are demigods. If sun would not shine, everybody would feel no heat and cold. It will be all no heat and cold will be there. You see, if 3-4 days the sun doesn't shine, everybody gets, it's not, when will it become sunny? If you go to Europe, I know here also when it's winters, everybody is actually want the sun to be there. So the sun, imagine if sun is not there, then what will happen? So that Krishna has provided. The Gurvani says that He has given all these, what we eat also. He says, the salt we eat, that's a demigod. We know it. The air we breathe, that's demigod. The jal, the water we get, that's a demigod. That's a service given by the demigods. Devi Devtas have actually provided everything to us. But who is actually providing them? Who is given them the power to distribute this to us? That's the Supreme Lord Krishna Himself. In Bhagavad Gita, it says, I am the doer of everything. I am providing you. In the 7th chapter, He clearly mentions, I give all my energy to the Devi Devtas, the demigods and the goddesses, who will provide you everything here in this material world. This material world is actually He has made the in charge Durga. Durga is in charge of this material world. She is the caretaker of the Durga. Durga means Kila, fort. So this material world is a Durga. And she is Durga. She takes care of this. She has been given that power by the Supreme Lord to provide us everything what we require here, all material. Spiritual she'll give if you ask for it. Material she will give you if you that also you ask for it. She has to provide this. It is her duty to provide this on the orders of the Supreme Lord. So that is why she is the Bahiranga Shakti. She is the external energy of Krishna. Krishna says there are 3 energies. So one is the external energy, one is internal energy, that is Antaranga Shakti, and the third is the marginal potency, Tatastha Shakti. So the first is the Bahiranga Shakti. The Bahiranga Shakti is Durga. She takes care of everybody who is in this material world. You ask for it, In North India, people do go for the Navaratras, they celebrate, and they go to the Katra, Jammu, they go to Mata Vaishno Devi. She's a Vaishno Devi, she's a Vaishnavi. The name in itself suggests she's a Vaishnavi. So when people go there and for 9 days, they actually fast from onion and garlic. They remain very sattvic. So just 9 days. So we tell them often, why 9 days? Why you want to be pure? You ask them, you must be keeping Navaratras, some of you, but don't mind it what I say. But it is that for 9 days when you ask them, they say we want to be very purified. They'll throw away the onions from the home for those 9 days. They'll just throw away. And when the 9th day is over, the 10th day, they welcome the onion with like a demigod coming to their home. So they worship it and bring it. They're lingering for it. Oh, when will these Navratras be over and we'll enjoy the food? So that is no purification. When you are still, actually, your senses are still hunting the vishyas, whatever the objects of your sense gratification are. So one should actually purify his whole life. Why not one should purify the whole life? Why only 9 days? Why 9 days in a year? 365 days out of those, just 9 days, why? So one should surrender completely for whole his life for 365 days. If you really want to purify, if you really want to serve the Supreme Lord, why only 9 days? We want to do it for 365 days. So one should actually follow what the Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Vyasadeva says in the Bhagavatam, and in other Puranas. We should follow that. So as I said, it says in the Gurbani even that Agni Devata, Luna Devata, these are all Devatas. They are actually giving us, they are providing everything to us, our food, whatever we are eating, everything is coming from the Krishna, and he makes the Devi Devatas give us. So Jin Ram Nam Na Lita, it says there in the Gurbani that if you did not offer Agni Devata, Luna Devata, Pani Devata, these are all Devatas. And when the Prashad, the Bhoga is cooked, when it is not offered, Jin Ram Nam Na Lita Titumuk Thukka Payam. So those who did not chant while, they did not offer this Bhoga to the Supreme Lord, and they did not chant his name while cooking this, they only actually swallowed their saliva. That's all. They did not actually eat the prasadam. So that is, if you eat prasadam, your consciousness actually, what happens? The consciousness gets purified. That is pure devotional service. When you are chanting nicely, you are chanting with full sincerity. Then what happens is, you get purified. And that is pure devotional service. That's what Krishna is asking for. So this purification is very important. So it says here, Manmukh namana chetya bin name dukh roye. Atma ramana pujeni duje kiyukar sukh hoye. So this says, those who do not worship the Lord of the souls, how can they be happy in the love for the material things? Those who do not worship the Supreme Lord, how can they be happy in the material world for the love for the material things? So one should actually surrender to the Supreme Lord. So internal energy, that is the Antaranga Shakti, is Radharani. She gives bhakti, she gives the devotional service, she introduces you to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She is the Aradhana. The Radha word comes from Aradhana. So she is the source of your Aradhana, of your devotion to Krishna. She is Radharani. She is the Guru Tattva. She is the Guru Tattva. To understand Supreme Personality of Godhead, you need a Guru. And she is that Guru Tattva. She speaks through the spiritual master, a pure devotee of the Lord, a bona fide Guru, a bona fide Pramanik, a disciple coming from the disciplic succession. Not a Guru who has just proclaimed himself as a Guru and he's put a label or a title of Guru. He's not a Guru. Guru has to be, it says in the scriptures, Pani piyo chanakar, Guru karo janakar. You don't drink water like you see it and it's dirty or muddy, you won't drink it. You look at the water, it should be crystal clear. then only you drink it. Even a small black particle in it, you will not drink it, you will discard it. So likewise, pani piyo chhankar, guru karo jankar. Guru should be actually, we try to find a guru. But the scripture clearly indicates to us in the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, we have to become a disciple. We say, oh, how will I find my guru? You don't have to find him, he'll appear before you. You just have to become a disciple. Learn to become a disciple. Krishna actually does not speak or utter a word. When the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, you will see Krishna doesn't utter a word even. He's listening to Arjuna. He doesn't give him any sermon. He doesn't give him any upadesh. Arjuna is very actually confused. And he's just watching his words, listening to his words, his confusion, his chaos, his depression. He's watching all that. And ultimately when Arjuna gets tired of all that, then he says, Shishaste mam shadimam tvam prapannam. I become your disciple. He says, he doesn't say you become my guru directly. He says, I become your disciple. When we say I want to become a disciple, that means I am ready, I am prepared to be in discipline, I am prepared to actually surrender. Guru, if we say, oh, I want to make a guru, oh, you are already so puffed up and now you want to hang a picture in your drawing room and say, oh, he's my guru. You find in the world who is most popular as a guru now. Let's find him and put that picture, and when everybody comes, I say, oh, he's my guru. I'm very proud of it, he's my guru. So that's just what it is. It is not surrender. It is just like a prize trophy you want as a guru also. Guru is not something like that to be he's not a prize trophy for you. That's why it is said that it's a very internal matter. Yes, it's an internal connection to the guru. But it should be when you become a disciple. Disciple means who is ready to be in discipline, who is ready to take all the rules and regulations on him. He doesn't want to be a manmukh. He doesn't want to work according to his mind, not work according to his whims and fancies. He wants to work according to the Guru's instructions. So he follows that. So, but the Guru has been taken up very carefully. So who actually, it says, Gur Seve Te Thakur Jane, Dukh Mite Sach Shabad Pachane. Those who serve the spiritual master, what happens then? Then only they can know the Supreme Lord. Without giving service to a pure devotee of the Lord, a pure devotee, pure Guru, Satguru it says. So it's not that somebody who has kept a title of Satguru, he becomes a Satguru. Satguru means there are some qualifications that follow. One, you should see it with your eyes, experience them, and then surrender. Dukh mite such a shabda pachane. When you take the shelter of a Guru, your all suffering will go away. Suffering doesn't mean that you will not get disease anymore or you will not die anymore. No, that doesn't mean this. The suffering I just spoke, the 7 things, you will be out of them. Birth, death, old age, disease. You will go out of the cycle of birth and death. You will never come back to this planet again. You will never come back to this material world again. And it's not only one Shastra saying this. You will say, oh, Bhagavad Gita is, who knows who wrote it? And who knows what Bhagavatam, who wrote it? Why these scriptures were written 5,000 years ago, and some say, oh, they are not practical in this Kali Yuga. It's age of science and you're still talking of that. It's an age of chat GPT. Just within 1 second, the whole world is, you can you can get the knowledge for the whole world. Just type it and you get it there in seconds. And you will say, oh, you are still in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. That was spoken 5,000 years ago. They are still actually applicable in this Kali Yuga as well. They are as powerful, as potent as they were 5,000 years ago. The Sikh scripture, the Granth Sahib, was written just 500 years back. It carries the same message. It talks of the same Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam verses coming back to us in a simple language again. So the Acharyas, they brought it back. The Sikh Gurus brought it back to us. Srila Prabhupada brought back the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and he showed to the world how powerful these scriptures are that they could change the hippies, the Americans, into Vaishnavas, pure devotee of the Lord. They became sannyasis. So that is how the power of a pure devotee of the Lord is. That is what Srila Prabhupada was. So it says here, Dukh mite sach shabd pachane. So all the distress will go away and you will understand the true word of the Supreme Lord. Ram japo meri sakhi sakhaini. So please chant the holy name. And all are females. We all are females, whether we are in the form of a male or our gender is male or female, but we all are living entities. As living entities, we are all females. There is only one husband for us, and that's the Supreme Lord Krishna. So Ram, that is why here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying Sakhi Sakheni. He calls all the living entities as his Sakhi Sakheni. He says you're all my friends, and that's a female gender he's using. Ram japo meri sakhi sakheni, Satguru sev dekho prabhaneni. You just serve the Supreme, you just serve the spiritual master, and with your own eyes you will see the Supreme Lord. He gives this assurance. He says, Satguru sev. So that is, if you will serve a true Guru, what will happen? Dekho prabhaneni. With your eyes you will be able to see the Supreme Lord. So that is why Krishna says, those who are mental speculators, their hearts are filled with dirt. So that is why they cannot experience me. When the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, when your heart will be cleansed, then what will happen? Then you will actually see, it will be as clear, crystal clear, like a mirror. Then you will see the Supreme Lord in your heart, seated in your heart. Just by chanting the transcendental holy names of the Lord, this will happen. And then it says, Bandhana Mata Pita Sansar Bandhara Sutta Kanya or Nar. So these, the family bondage. Family is a bondage, it says. But it doesn't mean you leave the family. It is a bondage. Though one who understands this, he understands, oh, family life is a bondage, but I'm still in it, but I should remain detached with it. You just perform your duties in your family life. The love should be offered to Krishna. We do the reverse. I've been speaking that all the time. We do the reverse. We love our families and we do duty to Krishna. We just light an incense stick. We do just in the morning 10 minutes, open the door of the temple, sing the aarti, sing everything, shut the door, go away. Duty is over. It should be love. Love means whole time you remember Krishna, with all your heart you want to serve and you want to give it the best. When you give him the best, your family will get the best. He says clearly, whatever you offers me, whatever you surrender, however you surrender to me in whichever quantity, you will get the same percentage on you. That's all. His mathematics is very simple. No complicated things. It's very simple mathematics. He says the level of your surrender actually reveals how much you surrender to me, that is the mercy will come back to you. It's just boomerang. What you give to him, you're going to get back. So it's up to you, how much you surrender to him, how much love you give it to him, you will get the same amount back. So this is how, when you fall in love with Krishna, that is how Krishna is loving you. If you are falling in love with Krishna, that is a blessing of Krishna because he is loving you. He is reciprocating to you. But it should be very genuine. It cannot be like in the Sahajya Bhava where you say, I go to the temple, my tears roll down and I simply love Krishna. You say, whenever I've seen many people when they tell us, I go to the temple, when I gaze at the deities, my tears come out. If really your tears are rolling down, you will never go back home. You will stay there only. But the moment you leave the temple, you're outside. You are again criticizing others, judgmental, you're talking about others, you are worried about your mobile, you're worried about your WhatsApp messages, you're worried about everything. So just don't be a fake devotee, Srila Prabhupada says. Try to be a sincere devotee. Surrender to Krishna with sincerity, with genuinity. So it says here, Bin Hari Pagati na pave thaye bandhan ved vadankar bandhan bin se moh vikar. Nanak Ram Nam Sarnai Satgur Rakhe Bandhan Na Pai. So a true Guru actually will save you and he will not let you fall into a bondage. Because he has got the solution to all your problems. Srila Prabhupada had all the solutions to all the problems of his disciples. He protected them. He actually showed them the way and they all became so purified. We have seen those who really surrendered to Srila Prabhupada with genuine love, they all actually became so purified, so elevated, so exalted that they made thousands and thousands and lakhs of devotees. Srila Prabhupada made 108 temples in 10 years. His disciples have made from the year 1977 till today, 2024, the number of temples have gone to more than 950 temples all over the world. With innumerable, infinite centers, nobody can count them. Nobody can count the centers, the bases we have, the preaching is going on. Nobody. More than 300 bases we have in Delhi itself, Delhi NCR. The preaching is, we have 18 big temples in Delhi, and every weekend, like the Rohini that opened recently, that is a 2 lakh square feet temple that opened up on 17th April on Ramanavami Day. Every weekend we are getting 30 to 40,000 people visiting the temple, taking darshan of the deities. They come in 30,000 to 40,000. East of Kailash Temple, Radha Parthasarthi, where recently Lord Narasimha was installed, we have people coming up every Sunday, the same amount, like 30,000 to 40,000. Every Saturday, Sunday, preparations are made like a festival. Barricades are put up, like in Janmashtami, we do it. Their barricading is done. Everything is organized because so many people are coming to take darshan, so there should not be any mishappening. The crowd should move on nicely and peacefully. So everything is well prepared in advance. The road is next to the temple. The outside road is barricaded even, just to make it one way. So much preparation is done for just Saturdays and Sundays. And now as the Kartik month is going on, it's all the more crowds coming up every evening to do the Deepdan. It's just one temple I'm talking, we have 18 such temples in Delhi. Delhi NCR. So this is why this happened and how this happened. It proves in itself the purity of the pure devotee of the Lord. The Srila Prabhupada's purity actually is the force, what he gave it to his disciples, and his disciples distributed to their disciples. And now this is our duty that we take it forward. We actually give it to the world. We follow the instructions of our spiritual master and sing the glories of the pure devotees of the Lord, the Vaishnavas, so that we get purified. And it says clearly, Satguru Rakhe Bandhan na Paye. Satguru is a true Guru. A true Guru actually protects you, and he protects you from the bondage of this worldly life. He protects us. So his Vani, his instructions protect us. It's not that he's going to put his hand on your head and that's a blessing. It's not that. Many people used to come to Guru Maharaj and say, please bless my daughter-in-law, son-in-law. And Guru Maharaj said, go to deities, ask for blessings there. He will bless you. I have no qualification to bless like this. Go to him. A true Guru, actually, he showers his mercy on his surrendered disciples. And that mercy flows in his instructions. Those disciples who follow the instructions sincerely will be blessed. So it is not just a ritual. Blessing is no ritual. Blessings will flow as your surrender is there. So we are celebrating the Damodar month. We all know, how many of you know the Damodar Leela? Some, I know devotees are here. How many of you don't know Damodar Leela? Let's ask that way. Everybody knows Damodar Leela? Be frank. You can put up your hand. I'm not going to give you anything here. Nothing will happen to you all. Who all don't know Damodar Leela? Just put up your hands. So, I'll just describe the Leela. You all did the Deepdan. So this Damodar month is very auspicious. This is the month when you can actually get the pure devotional service. You have never chanted in your life. Now if you chant even one round in Damodar month, it is equal to 1,000 rounds. That is Krishna's blessing. His special blessing in this auspicious month. In this auspicious month, if you welcome these deities, like pictures even at home, and invite devotees at home, and you perform this Damodar, you sing Damodar Ashtakam, offer the ghee lamp, offer this candle to Krishna, the blessings are going to flow to you. You can't even imagine how much blessed you will be. This offering a single ghee lamp to Krishna can actually wipe off the millions of sins which you must have performed in previous births or this birth. It can wipe it out in 1 second. And provided you don't commit again. So this is how it is. The Damodar month is very auspicious. It's very dear to Krishna. Krishna loves this month. Krishna loves this month, and he has put, Prabhupada used to say, he has put the bhakti on discount in this month. You get sales in the superstores, you get sales in the malls. So it's like the sale in the bhakti also this month. It is out of the calendar, this is the most dear month to Krishna. It's the very, very dear month of Krishna. He gave this month his own name. He's called a Damodar. Why is he called Damodar? Dam means rope, rasi, and Udar means the belly. So he was tied with the rasi, he was tied with the rope by his own mother. Yashoda actually tied him. Devotees can tie him with the rope of love and devotion. He loves to be tied down by the devotees. Krishna loves it. If you are able to tie him down, he loves it. Then he starts serving his disciples. Devotees. He starts serving his devotees. So in this month, Krishna performed many pastimes. So one of the favorite pastime is the Damodar pastime. That happened on the Diwali day. On the Diwali day, Krishna was seated in his mother's lap. Yashoda was churning out butter. She was churning out butter and Krishna was seated. He was a baby Krishna, toddler. He's in his mother's lap. And on the next to Yashoda, there is again a milk pot on fire that is being kept for boiling. And she sees the baby Krishna, she's churning and she's singing the Krishna's songs for Krishna, glorifying Krishna, her baby. She takes him as her own child. So she is actually singing and she's lovingly, Krishna is there in her lap. And now Krishna gets angry. He wants her mother to breastfeed him. But mother is not paying any attention. She is just worried about that boiling milk and she is churning butter. As she looks around, the milk is boiling up. She quickly puts Krishna down and walks to the pot and places it off the fire. She put it down. And now Krishna is more angry. He's very furious. He picks up a stone and he actually breaks the pot with which she was churning butter. Now the butter flows out. Krishna picks up the butter, starts eating and feeding the monkeys. He's eating himself and throwing it, scattering it all over. And now Yashoda gets all the more furious. She says, I'm gonna tie you, I'm gonna hold you now. And she picks up a stick. We just read Damodar Ashtakam where it says, she picks up a stick and runs after Krishna. And Krishna is a toddler, baby steps he's taking, but Yashoda is unable to catch him. It's his pastime. He's the Supreme Lord. He is just running and Yashoda is really, she gets breathless. She gets breathless. She's running after Krishna. And now Krishna sees, when he sees the stick in her hand, his name is Abhay, he gives Abhay Dan. He makes you fearless. And here in this pastime, he acts as if he's very afraid of his own mother. And tears come to his eyes and he becomes very petrified. And she keeps away the stick and she says, okay, I'll tie you with a rope now. She picks up a rope and she runs after Krishna again. But Krishna is, again, she cannot catch him. Then Krishna looks at his mother. His mother is breathless. Her ornaments have gone here and there. Her sari is going away from her. It's all falling down. And he sees his mother is perspiring and he gives in again. He sees all that, she's so tired now. And then she catches Krishna. And now she ties a rope around his waist, his belly. And the next, it goes to circle the okul because she wants to tie him with the mortar, the grinding mortar. She wants to tie him with that. And she sees the rassi, the rope gets 2 fingers short. His waist is so tiny, the middle section of the mortar it's very slim, but the rope does not fit it. And it gets 2 fingers short. She grabs up another rope and makes a knot, makes it longer. And then she turns it again on his waist and the mortar. Again, it goes 2 fingers short. She's thinking, what's this happening? Krishna is doing a pastime now. He is a Leela Purushottam. He performs lots of Leelas. His Leelas are which cannot be matched by humans. So he actually, and then she sees all the gopis are actually looking into the main gate of the Nanda Baba's palace. They are all peeping inside and they are very happy that Krishna is being tied today. They are all laughing because Yashoda never agreed to them that Krishna can actually steal butter. She says he is just a baby toddler. How can he steal butter? How can he do all these pastimes, they tell me. And then they are very happy today Krishna is being tied and Yashoda is tying him. And Yashoda sees that all the ropes in her house, they are exhausted. She is exhausted now. There are no more ropes left. She asks them, get more ropes from your homes. They get the ropes. All the ropes are tied again and made a big rope. Now again they go it to circle it around his waist and the mortar. It's 2 finger short. It's always 2 finger short. And then Krishna sees that, oh, she's helpless now. She's so tired. And he gives in smilingly. And she ties him to the mortar. Now the acharyas say that, the Vaishnava acharya says, why it was always 2 finger short? Why Krishna did not make it 4 finger short, 5 finger short, 6 finger short? Why it was always 2 finger short? So why it was 2 finger short? It denotes, the first finger denotes our effort, the effort by Yashoda. The first finger is when you want to catch Krishna. She caught Krishna and she tied Krishna. So those who want to catch Krishna and tie him, they have to put an effort. Without effort, you cannot tie him. He will not come to you. He sees the effort. He clearly says that. He sees the effort. The first finger denotes your effort, like Yashoda put all her effort to catch him. And now, the second finger they tell, what does that denote? The second finger denotes the mercy of Krishna. If you want the mercy to flow to you, you have to put an effort. So unless the effort is put, mercy cannot come. So the sincere effort, it's the sincere effort. You have to put a very genuine and sincere effort. That's why Krishna tells Arjuna, give me your mind. And what else he asks? Who knows? Give me your mind and intelligence. And then fight this battle. You give your mind to me and your all intelligence to me. And you fight this battle. So that is why we all are in this material world. We are fighting our own battles. Every individual has got a battle of their own. So Krishna, if we want to surrender, we just have to give our mind and our intelligence to Krishna. So our mind and intelligence to Krishna means you give your mind. That is, you keep Krishna in your mind always. You start controlling your mind. Bring Krishna into your mind. And to control your mind is mantra. Man means mind. Tra means tarna. That can actually liberate you. So mantra. So a mantra can liberate you. Mantra can actually take your mind, control your mind, help you to control your mind. So the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Kali Santanan Upanishad says, it is the 16-worded mantra. It is the Maha Mantra for Kali Yuga. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you chant this mantra so that you can control the mind. So that is giving your mind to Krishna. And intelligence, work with Krishna's intelligence. That means work with the instructions given in the Shastras. So as the Shastras says, we should follow that. Like how the offering should be done. Krishna talks about in the Bhagavad Gita, how you should live, what guna, what material modes of material nature are there. So in what mode you should try to situate yourself. So that's a big topic in itself. We'll do that sometime, other time, or you can go to the temple and you can listen to the lectures there and you would come to know that what he's asking in the modes of material nature as well. So this is giving your mind and intelligence to Krishna. And then we should live in this material world, fight our own battle in this material world. That is how it is. Just chant the holy name, offer prasadam to Krishna, offer bhoga to Krishna, eat prasadam, and read Bhagavad Gita, listen to Bhagavatam, go in the association of devotees, and you get everything. You get the mind and you actually surrender the mind to Krishna and you get the intelligence. But for that you have to be in the association of devotees. Just reach out to the Association of Devotees and you will get everything. Hare Krishna. So, any question? Who wants to ask a question? All the questions will be answered now. After the session is over, then no answers will be given. Only if you ask me now, people tended when they say we want to ask separately, don't ask, come back to me after the session, because when you ask a question, it actually enlightens the speaker, it enlightens the listeners as well. So it's very important Prabhupada made this. Yes.
Just one, like regarding this month, we have Kartik month going on. So it is a very auspicious month, Kartik. So why, like, basically God is so merciful in this month? Like, God is, so is it because like it is the month of Radharani?
Yeah,
Krishna?
it's Radharani's month. It's a Kartika. She's Kirtida's daughter. And this is her month. And it's the month he performed so many pastimes. Unlimited pastimes nearly he performed in this month. He liberated the 16,100 girls and married them. He killed Narkasur, Bahula Ashtami, Gopa Ashtami, Govardhan Leela, Damodar Leela. They all come in this month. And the appearance of Radha Kund. Then we have Bhisham Panchak. So everything comes in lots of beautiful pastimes of his he performed in this month. It's the most auspicious month. The Rasa Leela, it starts with that. So this month is so auspicious. It's the month of the gopis. It's the month of the prime most gopi, that's Radharani. It's her month. And she's the most loving devotee of Krishna. Krishna loves her. So, and it's a Urja Vrata, Urja. You get all the Urja, all the strength in this month. So if you just take some vow in this month, that, oh, why do we take vows? Vows are taken that it reminds us again and again, oh, this is Kartik. I'm not doing this, I'm not eating this, I'm chanting more, I am reading more, I am doing this activity more. So you've taken a vow, at least 1 hour a day I will read. I will not go to bed before, if I haven't read one chapter. You take some vow or the other. So when you take a vow, that is a reminder throughout, and the Brahm Muhurta is most important here. If you take that vow, I'll wake up every day in the morning and do Mangalarti. So that is for the beginners, a good beginning you get. And you get more energy. And it is not only for the Kartik. For devotees, every day is Kartik. Devotees cannot make excuses. But it's for neophytes, the new ones, those who are, it's very difficult for them to get up in the morning. So they just put a habit, they get into a habit of it. In this, Krishna gives this discount here. And he gives the discount that if you get up in Brahm Muhurta in Kartik month, you are getting millions and millions and millions of blessings, which you can't count even. You get purified. जो काम करने के लिए बहुत समय लगता है, वो काम क्षण भर में हो जाएगा कार्तिक में. That is the blessings in Kartik. Just one round takes 10 minutes to chant. That one round, Krishna says, will be equal to, it's written in the Skand Puran, Padam Puran, it will be equal to 1,000 rounds. Imagine. 1,000 times. So just don't think I will just chant 1-2 rounds and see I've done so many rounds. The whole year ka quota kar liya. Don't think that. But a devotee actually should think as the mercy of Krishna. How merciful he is, how compassionate he is. So that's a blessing, and we can strengthen our bhakti, strengthen our foundation in bhakti. Because this only will go with us at the last moment. Nothing else will go. Everything will be left behind. All our bank accounts, bank lockers, all are nothing, not a needle can you take it. There are many stories I would have told, but now time is not there. So even a needle can't you take. So why waste our energy for that? We should only, that is of course, we are living in this material world, we need some. We need money for bhakti also, so we need some. But not get obsessed with it. Don't make the Birlas and the Adanis and Ambanis your ideals. We should make Arjuna our ideal, Prahlad our ideal, Dhruva our ideal. So we don't call money a success. Money is needed, that's it. But success is bhakti. That's it. Haribol. Yes. Haribol.
I just wanted to check, Mataji, about the chanting. But even if our chanting is full of offenses, so how do we really
Gradually, earlier, like being a new devotee, you might commit offense, but then gradually we should try. We should go. That is why the association of devotees is very important. Go to a mentor. Mentor is important. There are 4 kinds of guru. The first is Mark Padaksha Guru. Second is your Shiksha Guru, instructing master. And then third is the Diksha Guru, that is the initiating master. And the fourth is Chaitya Guru Krishna himself. He reveals himself. So first is Mark Padaksha, who might have brought you here or might have taken you to a temple, introduced you to the devotees. That's Mark Padaksha, who showed you the way. Now you need an instructing master. You need a mentor who would guide you, who would give you shiksha, the learnings from the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. They can be many shiksha gurus, but we should try, we may take shiksha from many, but try to get connect to one, to actually sincerely speak out to your heart. You can't speak out your heart to everyone. So just whom you have faith, whom you think would be, you trust, speak out, that devotee, speak out your heart to them and take the instructions. And when we take the instructions, follow them. Just don't take the instructions for just for the sake of taking, but for the sake of following. And follow them sincerely, though gradually. So you will become offenseless. Gradually you will, when you try to avoid offenses, Krishna sees that. Krishna doesn't want a very perfect person. He is looking that you are trying to be perfect. So he helps you when you're trying to be perfect. Your sincerity starts working and he starts reciprocating. So that is how it is, that gradually you follow the instructions and then you're introduced. Your Diksha Guru will appear before you and then you get connected, and that is how the initiation happens. And when after initiation you are following the rules and regulations, the instructions, and Krishna will reveal himself in your heart. He will start reciprocating with you. That's how it is. Haribol. So we end the session here. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita Yatha Roop ki jai. God Premanande. Hari Bol. I'm there on YouTube channel. That's my Radhika Kripa YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram as well. So you can follow me there. And there are many lectures there. And in the meantime, you should go to the Canberra temple and be in the association of devotees. So I'm there as the name of Radhika Kripa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much again to Radhika Kripa Mataji, leaving the best to the last. So very, very amazing, very, very infusing lecture and talk to all of us. And as we started in the beginning, purity is the force. We humbly beg you and we humbly request you that you also pray for all of us to their Lordship Shri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Lord Shri Krishna, that we get the strength to become more and more advanced and more pure in our own sadhana and bhakti. And we humbly beg you, Mataji, for your very, very, very valuable association here in Australia, Canberra.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Please do come again.
Sure.
Please do come again every year. Thank you so much.
Sure, Prabhu.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
And,
It depends upon the reciprocation, depends upon the love coming from here. Very well.
Thank you. And we are
Thank
also
you.
very, very grateful to our host today,
Yeah.
Arup Prabhu and Nipa Mataji. And again,
Where are they?
can I
Outside?
ask them to please come just for a minute? Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Prabhuji, you gave us, all of us, a very, very brilliant opportunity that to in Kartik month, but you are not there. Maybe.
I was trying to manage the kids
I
and
know,
look them
yes.
outside.
Thank
We
you.
all are
That's the
very,
most important task.
yeah,
Thank you.
We are very, very grateful, Prabhu, because today was like leaving the best to the last. It was really amazing talk, amazing blessing and infusion by Radhika Kripa Mataji to all of us present here and also who are not present here. It's a blessing in Agyata Sukriti to whole Canberra. So thank you to our wonderful host as well, Arup Prabhu and Nipa Mataji, and everybody knows the very wonderful, sincere,
Yes.
and very inspiring devotees for whole congregation. Thank you,
Hari
Prabhu.
Bol.
And to all of us who have also come today. Next Saturday, coming Saturday rather, is going to be continuing our home program at Manan Prabhu and Kamna Mataji's place. So please do come, normal time 5:30 p.m. Thereafter, the following Saturday is again a very, very important festival which Mataji also covered, Govardhan Puja at the temple. So a whole day of full of activities, lot of services are needed. The whole day, morning 10 a.m. till evening late. So please make yourself available in the bliss, transcendental bliss of serving and relishing Krishna consciousness at the temple. And then on 5th of this month, November, is Srila Prabhupada's Tirubhavtiti. Again, the program details will be sent. Thank you so much. Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol.
Sharira Vidya
Vidya Jal.
Jogindriya Tahika